Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, back to another Ride With Me vlog. Today I have a show vlog for you guys today. Yay! I'm so excited. This is my very first show with Miss Canberra, and it was Canberra's first show out in a very long time. I don't know how long it's been exactly since she's been out showing, but I know that before my trainer bought her, she just sat in a field for like 3 or 4 years doing absolutely nothing. So it's been some time since she's been out to a show, and I'm so excited for you guys to see how we did. So I just wanted to come on here and film a little intro because I do apologize. I was just like super stressed about the show. Like I get like really bad show nerves, and I was just feeling rushed, and I didn't end up getting any behind the scenes footage or an intro or anything like that. I do really want to do more of vloggy style shows for you guys with more behind the scenes and stuff like that. So I promise that I will for the next show, but unfortunately for this show I don't have that. But I promise you guys next time I will make an effort to do that for you guys. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay guys, so we are starting off first with our ticketed warm-up. So this round is not being judged, it is simply just for us to warm up. And I don't know why, but spontaneously today I decided I was going to be a half seat girly. I don't typically ride in my half seat, although I really should. I just don't like my half seat. It needs a lot of work, but I'm gonna start riding it a lot more to get better at it. But I was actually expecting it to look a lot worse than it did today. Obviously it still needs work, and there's moments where my shoulders are too far forward, but I was expecting it to look a lot worse than it did. So Canberra had a little refusal moment, and she's been doing that in lessons a little bit lately. She tried to duck out to the left, but I ended up getting her to step over it at least. So we just went and took that jump again. And here we got our lead change. Canberra is usually pretty good at her lead changes. And yeah, especially I find when I was approaching the jumps, like I was leaning forward quite a bit, and our striding was just not it today. There you can see that was ugly. Here you can see I'm losing my balance and falling forward just a little bit. So there are definitely moments, but overall, I do think compared to the barn show, which was only 1 month ago, but technically it's only been 2 weeks of riding because I was away for the 2 weeks. So the difference between the barn show and this show is 2 weeks of riding and working on those things. I'm seeing steps in the right direction. Obviously, that's not enough time to see huge changes, but I'm definitely seeing steps in the right direction. I think my shoulders are a little bit more back, and honestly, I'm seeing less pumping in my arms already. That transition was ugly. My transitions need a ton of work, but like I said, I'm seeing steps in the right direction. It really wasn't enough time to see big differences, but I'm sure by the end of the show season, things will be looking much different. Okay, so this is our first trip. So this round is in fact being judged. As I was approaching jumps, I wasn't sure if I should stay in my half seat or go into a full seat. So you can see that it looks a little bit awkward at times. So going around corners in my half seat, you can see that I lean forward a little bit more. And after lead changes too, especially, you can see that I fall forward. So I got to work on sitting down and pulling my shoulders back. So here we did our lead change, but you can see that she only swapped in the front. So we are cross cantering, so that counts as a missed lead. And then right here, broke to trot, picked up the wrong lead, lost my stirrup, flopping all over the place. What the heck is that? That was absolutely disastrous, but here I managed to pick up my stirrup again, pulled it together, and now we're going down the diagonal, the one that she refused before. Little bouncy here approaching, shoulders falling forward just a little bit, but we will clean this stuff up, guys, don't worry. And there we got our lead change. Okay, and that is trip one complete. Not the best, definitely some mistakes in there, definitely some cleaning up to do, and those transitions, please guys, I promise I will work on them. I know it's something I need to work on. And now this is trip two, and this is the same course that we did for our warm-up. There, I did not commit to the long one. The long ones scare me, guys. I just have to commit to it when it comes. But there, yeah, I did get left behind just a little bit. Sadly, we did knock that rail, and this outside line and the diagonal line were supposed to be 4 strides, but we kept getting 5 strides. I wasn't letting her canter forward enough. Definitely lesson learned on that one. I just gotta let the girl go.
I spoke and everyone looked. That was awesome.
That lead change was very ugly on my part. I find lead changes just really throw me off balance. I think I got to make sure that I'm like sitting down when I ask for it. I think I was still kind of like in a half seat when I asked for it here. But there we got the right 4 stride, thank goodness. And that completes trip 2. Also, what I'm noticing with almost all of my jumps today, I am popping open. My hands are coming off. I'm not staying down on her neck. So that's definitely something I'm going to focus on in my lessons from now on. And now we are moving on to the 3rd trip. So this moment right here is the moment that we went off course. It was supposed to be the outside line, and the second I made that turn, I knew that we went off course. So that was our 3rd trip. So I competed in the novice division. This was a pretty big division. I believe that there were 17 other riders, and everyone looked so good. The competition was incredible today. Canberra and I did not place in any of our trips. I mean, you guys saw all of our rounds. It's no surprise that we didn't place, but we have some work to do, some cleaning up to do, and I'm confident that we will place at some point this show season. So we have now moved on to the hack division, and in my trot here, I feel like is where I've seen the most progress in that 2 weeks of riding since my barn show. I do feel like I'm much more upright. My shoulders are a lot more back for like 90% of the time. Sometimes you can see me lose my balance a little bit and fall forward, but I'm really quite happy with the changes here. Obviously, I do still look a little bit stiff, but I am working on that. So like I said, this is a pretty big class, and I was finding it quite difficult to find space. Canberra was a lot bigger than most of the horses there, and she was actually quite quick, so we were covering a lot of ground, so I was having trouble finding space. I didn't want to do too many circles or go too much off the rail, but sometimes I had no option, so I did the best that I could. So I apologize in advance. There are some bits and pieces missing from the hack class, the canter on the left and the trot on the right. My lovely boyfriend was filming, and he had a very long day. He is also very, very allergic to the horses. So every time he comes out to film me or watch me ride, he is suffering. So he did the best that he could. We'll definitely try to get more for you guys next time. Okay, that transition wasn't too bad. It was definitely looking better than the ones in my jumping rounds, but still, you can see I tipped forward just a little bit, but that one wasn't horrible. So now we are switching to the right. They did split us up for canter, so half of us stood in the middle while the other half of us canter, and unfortunately, yeah, we missed the trot and the canter on the left, but here is the canter on the right. I definitely do still look stiff in the canter, but I feel like I am pumping my elbows less, which I'm very happy to see. So we did not place in our hack class either, but honestly, that's okay. I'm not upset. It would have been nice to place, but you guys saw our rounds. We definitely have some polishing to do. It was our first official show together, and it was Canberra's first time out at a show in years and years. I'm genuinely very, very proud of her and how well behaved she was. She acted like a pro, but I really hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.